Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ, and welcome back to the New Orleans Kings franchise here in Season 4 as we go to Cleveland in the ALCS. The series is tied 1-1. Now, this game I will give Estevan Florial the start at the DH spot, and the main reason is because Corey Dickerson is just not hitting the ball well. I need another bat that can give us a little boost. So he's going to hit in the 8 spot actually. And then looking at the Indians, their lineup pretty much remains the same here in Game 3. But here we face Mike Clevenger, who won the Cy Young ahead of our guy Joe Musgrove. Now looking, he's already 1-0 in the playoffs so far, 7 innings pitched. And he will face Pablo Lopez, who at one point in this series I thought was going to be our ace. But it seems like, you know, some guys have passed him up. Musgrove and even Teddy Polititis seems to be better, but I guess we'll have to see here in the playoffs. So here is Justin Thompson leading us off, and that is a ground ball this time. And that will go to, I believe that was Rocchio at short. So that brings up Moncada. Ground ball to second. Easy throw. 2 outs. So quick 2 outs here. As we do move Carlos Santana officially up to the 3 spot in our lineup. He gets a pitch right over the middle and basically just whiffs on it because that one was perfectly placed over the middle of the plate for him to hit a home run. And he just hits a fly ball to center field. So that brings up this tough Indians lineup. Remember, they have been hitting the ball extremely well. We both have. Both lineups are extremely good. And we do get the first batter to fly out to left field. As that brings up Christian Yelich with 2 outs. And that's a fastball on the corner. He can't catch up. Pablo Lopez goes 1-2-3 as well. Looks like this is going to be another great game. So here to start the second inning. Here is Jake Cave leading us off, hitting in that 4 spot. He goes to opposite field. That is a hit. And now we have a man on first base. We got to be thinking about the bunt here, but not with Scooter Gennett coming up. He has been hitting extremely well so far. Low pitch. And he watches that one. Ball 4. Guys on first and second here as the middle of our lineup has been hitting extremely well and getting on base. That brings up Corey Lee, who has not really gotten going yet, but he hits a ground ball to short, to second, to first, double play. But we do advance the runner to third base here with 2 outs, so we still have an RBI opportunity with Michael Brantley at the plate. We did the lineup this way for a specific reason, for Michael Brantley to get in situations to have an RBI, but he does ground out to short. No runs here in that inning as Clevenger gets out of the jam. Now we move into the bottom of the second. Here's Pablo Lopez, who gives up a hit this time down the right field line, and the Indians have their first hit of this game. That brings up Oscar Mercado to the plate. 2-2 count, no outs. And it looks like it's going to be a liner over the second baseman's head. That's Scooter Gennett. That one gets to Justin Thompson. He comes up throwing to the cutoff man. And now they got guys on the corners here. No outs. Pretty similar situation to what we had. That brings up Eduardo Escobar. And he's watching that one. Strike 3 low in the zone. And that one looked like it was in the zone. I don't know what he's arguing. That brings up Brandon Belt. Fly ball deep to left field. And it gets run down by Brantley, but it's going to be a sacrifice fly. 1-0 here for the Cleveland Indians. So they strike first as that brings up Bradley Zimmer, who's hitting below 100. He swings and misses at an inside fastball, strike 3. And Cleveland gets 1 here as this one's a pitching duel as we move on to the 6th inning. Here's Moncada at the plate. He gets a high fastball, and it looks like it's going to be at the wall, and it sneaks over. Home run for Moncada. There we go. We tie this game up at 1 apiece. It takes all the way to the 6th inning, but Clevenger and Pablo Lopez, probably both aces on other teams, but on ours, they're third, and that one ties this game up as Carlos Santana comes to the plate. He gets an inside pitch, and it just stays in the yard. And it doesn't even get to the warning track. That's 2 outs. Yelich is under that one. I thought that one was definitely gone. Jay Cave next. He gets another fastball, and it stays in the yard. Wow. That one could have been back-to-back-to-back home runs by just millimeters. So that brings up Christian Yelich to the plate here in the 7th inning. A dribbler back to Pablo Lopez. He throws to first base, and that's an out. 1 out here as we try to get through the middle of this lineup. Kyle Schwarber at the plate. Ground ball to second. Scooter to first. 2 outs, but no! It's an off throw. So now, man on first base, 1 out, Oscar Mercado at the plate. And what do you know? He goes to the right center gap. That one gets all the way to the wall, and it looks like we get it to the cutoff man, and the runner holds at third. Wow. What a great throw by Jake Cave getting it into the cutoff man. So we start to go to the bullpen. We start warming up Rowan Wick and getting him up and throwing because it looks like we may need him in a situation where there may be a bases loaded when we walk the next batter, which we will do. So now we have the double play situation set up. Here is Brandon Belt at the plate, 0 for 1. And Pablo Lopez, ground ball up the middle, and it's a perfect ground ball. Double play. That's what I'm talking about. On the 100th pitch of the game by Pablo Lopez, he gets the ground ball, and we get out of that inning. So still a 1-1 game here as we move on to the bottom of the 8th inning. Here is Rowan Wick who comes into the game. Bradley Zimmer at the plate, and he goes up the middle, and that is going to be a leadoff single here. As I want to see if he would round first pretty hard on that one, but he didn't. As that brings up Bo Naylor hitting in the 9 hole. Zimmer at first, and Naylor goes to right center. That one gets to the wall. Zimmer's got 86 speed. He's probably scoring on this one. Yeah, he is. He rounds third pretty hard. He's going home, and that one will be a 2-1 lead here for the Indians. And this inning still has no outs. The top of their lineup due up next as well. Bo Naylor comes through in the clutch. Now Cesar Hernandez, who's 0 for 3 in this one. He hits one hard to left side, and Moncada can't handle it. Wow, and the runner advances to third base. Moncada, you do not see that much, but he lets that one get through. That brings up Brian Rocchio. Ground ball to third, to second, to first, and it looks like the infield was in, so we did not turn the double play. It's going to be fielder's choice. So that means that Christian Yelich comes up. We're definitely walking him. We know he's one of the best hitters in baseball. And we do load up the bases here. Kyle Schwarber at the plate. 1 out, 2-2 count. And he swings that one out of the zone. But it's a perfectly placed little dribbler. And we go home. And it's going to be safe. Bo Naylor scores. And now it's 3-1. That one was like a bunt. So Oscar Mercado comes up. Ground ball to third, though. And we finally turn the double play we needed before. And it's now a 3-1 game here as we move on to the 9th inning. Will Smith, who is their closer, comes in to close this one out. He's appeared in two games, has 1 save out of 1 opportunity. And now here comes Carlos Santana to lead us off here in the 9th. Fastball out of the zone, and Santana swings and misses. He's not happy about missing that pitch. It looked like that was slightly out of the zone. That brings up Jake Cave, 1 for 3 in this game, and he swings and misses at a fastball up in the zone. So now 2 outs. Here is Scooter, our last hope here with 2 outs in the 9th inning. 3-2 count, 2 outs, and he swings and misses. Will Smith gets 3 straight strikeouts to end game 3, and the Indians take the 2-1 lead here in the ALCS. As, man, that was a pitcher's duel. Just look at the game that both teams had. I mean, we only had 3 hits. They only had 6, and that's how game 3 ends up going. So now we move on to game number 4, and each game has had its own story. Cleveland was dominant on offense in game 1. Game 2, we were dominant. And in game 3, nobody was dominant. It was a pitcher's duel. So now in game 4, we have a pitching matchup of Aaron Savale. And we're going to just throw out Alex Wood on the mound. I think that he can get it done. He is a lefty, and they have a ton of lefties in the lineup, but their lineup does change over quite a bit when they're facing lefties. I know the Brewers in the playoffs last year had a strategy of using relievers to start and then bringing in their starters. I'm not going to do that here in this series. So here is Scooter start out the 2nd inning with a hit to the right side. And let's see if we can even this series up at 2 apiece. That would be great. So Scooter starts us out with a single here to start the 2nd inning. Here is Michael Brantley at the plate, man on first base. And he goes to opposite field. That one sneaks through the infield. And now guys on 1st and 2nd here. No outs. That brings up Ramel Tapia, who's got a couple of starts here in this series as he bunts the ball to left side, and it's going to be fielded, thrown to first, and safe at first. Bases loaded here. No outs in the second inning. Aaron Savale in a little bit of a jam. That brings up Corey Lee in a 1-2 count, but bases loaded. He gets a pitch on the inside part, and he's going to swing and miss at the sinker. 96 mile an hour, by the way. And that brings up Jeremy Pena. Please don't hit a ground ball into a double play. But he swings and misses at a low sinker. So now 2 outs. Aaron Savale has 4 strikeouts in this one. That brings up the top of our lineup. This is Justin Thompson at the plate. Savale, pitch over the middle, and Thompson doesn't miss. That one's going to knock off the wall. And look at this. It's going to clear the bases. A bases clearing double here for Justin Thompson. 3-0. And a great start to this game as that brings up Moncada to the plate now. Justin Thompson has the speed, so with a hit, it will score him. And he hits one to left center, and that one gets to the wall. That one scores another one here in this inning. 4-0 in the second. Moncada comes through with the RBI double. And let's see if Santana can keep this inning going. So now with a man on second base, 3-2 count, 2 outs. He gets a pitch on the inside part, and it's going to be ball 4. So that brings up Jake Cave, another guy you want up. I mean, our lineup is so star-studded now, as now on a 1-2 count. He hits one to the right side, and it's going to be bobbled and thrown to first. Safe. Error on the second baseman. And guess who that's going to bring up? Mr. Clutch. It's Scooter Gennett hitting in the 5-hole now. He's 1 for 1 in this game so far. Remember, he started out the last inning as he gets a pitch low, and it's just going to be a ground ball to short, and that one will end it. But what a long inning for the Indians. Savale somehow lasts that entire inning. So now we move on to the 4th inning, the bottom of the 4th. That brings up Christian Yelich, who starts it out with 1 out, and he gets walked. That brings up Kyle Schwarber, who goes left center, and that one will reach the wall. That is a pretty popular gap in this game, and that one does get to the cutoff man, thrown home, and Yelich makes it all the way from first base. That's an RBI double here for Schwarber, and now the Indians have not exactly been out of this game, but they do get a run back. That brings up the next batter, who goes up the middle, and Justin Thompson comes up throwing, and the throw is just a little bit off. It's 4-2 now. The Indians start to chip away. That brings up Jordan Luplow to the plate. Man on first base. 2-2 count. And he goes to right center this time. Another double. And that one will be fielded off the wall by Jake Cave. It's going to score 1. It's 4-3. You cannot put this team away. I mean, the Indians are so high-powered on offense, and so are we. You just cannot count them out. So at this point, we're not going to do what the Indians did and leave our starter in. We're going to go to our bullpen earlier. Alex Claudio is going to come in out of the bullpen. He is another lefty. I wanted to throw in a lefty here, and he is one of our best lefty relievers. So that brings up the next batter. Ground ball to short, throw to first, and we get our second out of the inning. Hopefully we can get our third. Brandon Belt to the plate, 1 for 1 in this game. Ground ball to first, fielded. And stepping on first is Carlos Santana. So we do get out of that inning. But the Cleveland Indians get 3 runs back as we move on to the 5th. That brings up Scooter Gennett here to lead it off with 1 out. And he will walk. That one could have went either way. Looks like the manager doesn't like that call. So he'll come out, talk to the pitcher, and he will end up pulling him and bringing in Tristan Mckenzie. But look at this. I mean, he has an 81 ERA. He has not at all got 1 guy out. I mean, that is just insane. That brings up Brantley, who goes to left field, and that one drops in front of the left fielder, and that one will get another hit added to Tristan McKenzie's total. Right-handed hitters are batting 1,000 versus him. That brings up Tapia, who goes to left field as well. Another hit. We will round third pretty hard, but we're going to go back to third base. There's still 1 out in the inning. And now bases loaded here with the 4-3 lead. Tristan McKenzie just attracts hits. I don't know why they put him in this situation. That brings up Corey Lee to the plate. Bases loaded. 2-2 count. Fly ball to center. That one should be deep enough for at least a sacrifice fly. We will tag from third. Good throw home, actually. And it won't be in time, though. Scooter scores. It's 5-3. At least we get 1 of those runs. So that brings up Jeremy Pena. Right-handed hitters are still batting 1,000 versus McKenzie. Remember, that's a fly ball or a sacrifice fly, and it's going to be a liner to second base. McKenzie finally gets an out. from a right-handed hitter. So we move on to the bottom of the 5th inning. Alex Wood still on the mound, and it drops in front of Justin Thompson. A little blooper to center field. And now they have a man on first base, and that's going to bring up Oscar Mercado to the plate. Now hitting in the 2-hole this game. And Claudio gives up that walk. And now guys on first and second. And the guy you don't want up is Christian Yelich. And he walks as well. Bases loaded. 1 out. We got to be thinking, go into the bullpen. And that's what we do. Trevor Richards comes in. He's been warming up. He has been okay. I hope he does better here than his last appearance. He gave up a couple of runs in 1 innings pitched. But we'll see how he does. He will face Kyle Schwarber here in the 4-hole. So on a 1-2 count, a high fastball. And Schwarber goes up the middle. And that's going to be a pop-up here in shallow center field. And now 2 outs with a chance to get out of this jam. That's going to bring up Eduardo Escobar to the plate. And on a 2-2 count, let's see what Richards can do. Inside fastball, and he inside outs that pitch. It's down the left field line. It scores 2. It's 5-5, and the Indians come through on offense, and they are taking advantage of this home field advantage now, as now Jordan Luplow comes up with 2 outs, and that's a low cutter. That one looks like it was out of the zone, but we play the corners, and we get the strikeout, and now it's 5-5 going into the 7th inning. That brings up Jake Cave. Inside pitch. And that one will be ball 4. Tristan Mckenzie is still on the mound for the Indians. I love facing Tristan Mckenzie because it seems like it's just so easy to get hits off of him. That brings up Scooter. A hanger, and Scooter doesn't miss. It's a home run. That one isn't coming back. Tristan Mckenzie makes another mistake on the mound, and Scooter makes some pay. 425 feet to right field. And that one will give us the 7-5 lead. Scooter has some power, man. That's just incredible how clutch he's been. And that brings up Michael Brantley to continue this inning. And he goes to opposite field. Tristan Mckenzie can't get anybody out as Brantley rounds first pretty hard, but he heads back. And now they keep him in the game. Corey Lee to the plate. And he checks swings. He did not go around. Ball 4. And now men on first and second. And now they finally pull Tristan Mckenzie. They bring in Michael Feliz out of the bullpen. And that brings up the bottom of our lineup, Jeremy Pena. And with guys on first and second, ground ball to short. And it looks like it's going to be a double play. But Pena has the speed to beat that one out. So at least we keep the inning going as the top of our lineup comes up. This is Justin Thompson at the plate now. Remember, he had that bases clearing double here in the 2nd inning. And with a man on first base, just hits a tapper in front of the mound. But he's got speed. Is he going to beat it out? And he does. He doesn't go to first. He tries to tag Brantley instead of going to first base. But a great slide by Brantley. Take a look at this. He just gets around the tag. And it's perfect. Wow. Misses the tag and everything. And we add another run to the total. It's 8-5. Now with guys on first and second. Moncada to the plate. Hard liner, but it's going to be right at Kyle Schwarber in left field. And that one will be a good 3-run lead. Let's see if we can keep it. That brings up Cesar Hernandez to the plate here in the 7th inning. Hitting one to right field, and it drops in. And now they got a double with no outs. I mean, man, so many hits in this series. I mean, besides the last game, which was a pitcher's duel, both teams have been hot offensively. That brings up Oscar Mercado. Ground ball to short, and it gets through the hole. And Brantley is going to come up throwing. But you know Brantley, he just does not have that great arm in left. It's going to be a run scored. 8-6 now here in game number 4. So now we go to the bullpen. We bring in Rowan Wick again. Let's see if he can get us out of this jam. He did a pretty good job last game. Let's see if he can do it again. Christian Yelich at the plate. 0-for-1 in this game, and he swings out a low one, and Yelich doesn't miss. 54 home runs in the regular season. The MVP comes through in the playoffs, ties it up 8-8. Wow. The offensive output in this game is crazy. Both teams are hot, And now Rowan Wick has to still pitch. It's no outs in this inning. That brings up Kyle Schwarber, who goes deep to right field. The Indians aren't done. You got to be thinking that we're going to pull Rowan Wick now, because now their offense is just catching on to our pitching. 8 pitches in, and he already gave up 2 runs and a double. So that brings up the next batter. Ground ball to second. It's Scooter. You've got to have it. It's an error. And now, guys on the corners, we go to our bullpen, this time bringing in Orlando Reyes, who is a pretty good pitcher, to be honest. I don't pitch him much, but he's a young guy. Let's see if he can get us out of this jam. So we have to walk the next batter to load up the bases. Jordan Luplow that was, as that brings up Jose Peraza. 0 for 3 in this game. Ground ball to first, and it gets through. And the Indians take the lead. Jake Cave comes up throwing with a nice throw to home, and it does keep the runner at third, but the Indians still have no outs in this inning with a 1-run lead. Brandon Belt to the plate now. Ground ball up the middle. We go home and go to first. It's a double play. Okay, that's what we needed with that last batter. But now it's 2 outs here, down by 1 run. And now Joe Hudson, who's hitting in the 9-hole this game, he's 0 for 3 in this game. Let's see Orlando Reyes. Fly ball to end this inning. Wow. The Indians come all the way back, and they score 3 in that inning. And now Reyes gets out of that jam, but in comes Will Smith out of their bullpen. He's going to try to have his 2nd straight save here in this series and maybe give his team that 3-1 lead. So Raimel Tapia leads it off. Outside changeup, and it's a called strike 3. He sits there with the bat on his shoulder. You got to swing at that fella. That brings up Corey Lee to the plate. 3-2 count, 1 out, ground ball to short. It looks like it's in the hole. Corey Lee's got speed, and he beats it out. Okay, so now what do? Do we bunt this runner over and trust Justin Thompson at the top of our lineup, or trust Jeremy Pena? We're going to swing away here. Guy on first, 1 out. Jeremy Pena gets a perfect pitch right over the middle of the plate. Good timing, too, and it's just a fly ball to Kyle Schwarber in left. And now 2 outs. Jeremy Pena just missed out on a great opportunity. So 1-2 count. Guy on first base. And Thompson swings that one on the inside part of the plate, and it's another fly ball to left. And the Indians take the 3-1 lead. Wow. What a last couple of games it's been. But now the Kings find themselves facing elimination here in game number 5 now. And here we are with 1 more game in Cleveland. We need a miracle. We need something. We need a push from our offense. Something's got to give. As Rowan Wick gets the loss in this one. Kyle Schwarber goes 2 for 4 with 2 doubles. Our offense actually had enough offense to win this game, but we just could not close them out on the mound. And wow, it's a 3-1 deficit here for the Kings. So going into game number 5, Lance Lynn on the mound. One thing I love about Lance Lynn is that his pitches are so easy to see. So we should be able to do pretty well in this one. We do put Joe Musgrove in. It's an elimination game. We need our best pitching on the mound here. So we're going to trust Joe Musgrove in this one. Not doing as well as the regular season, but I still trust him in this situation. So now we start out the first inning. Here is Carlos Santana at the plate with 2 outs. Here in the 3rd hole, he gets one up the middle, and he continues his hot hitting into game number 5. So that brings up Jake Cave here in the 4 hole. Man on first base, 2-2 count. Lance Lynn still on the mound. Pitch right over the middle, and it's driven deep. Will it stay fair? It hits off the foul pole. It's a home run. Jake Cave coming through for the team. 2-0. This looks a lot like last game where we had the early lead. But this time, let's see if we can keep it. Musgrove on the mound. We should be able to, but we'll see. So now we move on to the bottom of the 2nd. Here is Brandon Belt at the plate. He drives one deep. It's going to be at the wall. Let's see what Cave can do, and it's going to be a home run. The Indians strike back. That's what's been happening all series long. Anytime we score runs, the Indians are right there. That brings up the next batter. That's going to be Bradley Zimmer to the plate, and he goes up the middle. And now the Indians have a man on first base that has some speed. That brings up Cesar Hernandez, who goes to left field. And Tapia, he just falls asleep. He does not get the good jump, and it drops right in front of them. And now they got guys on the corners here with 2 outs. That brings up Ryan Rocchio to the plate. Ground ball to short, and it gets through. If Tapia would not have fallen asleep on that play, we could have had guys on first and second here instead of having a run scored there. That brings up Yelich to the plate, and that's going to be a ground ball to short, and we finally get out of that inning. And now 2-2. It's back to 0-0 game. That brings up Moncada here in the 3rd inning. He starts it out, and that's going to be a low pitch, and he watches that one. Ball 4. As that brings up who you want. Carlos Santana to the plate. Remember, he started out the 1st inning with a hit, and now another walk. So Lance Lynn not looking good here with 1 out, as that brings up Jake Cave, who already went deep off of Lynn in this game. And on a 3-2 count, another walk. Bases loaded. Another bases loaded situation here in this series. There's been a ton of them. That brings up Brantley to the plate. 2-1 count. He goes up the middle, and it looks like a shallow fly ball. It looks like it's deep enough, though, to score the runner from third. We do tag up, and it does. 3-2. At least we get 1 here in this inning. And now guys on first and second, there's still 2 outs in the inning. That brings up Raimel Tapia. Let's see if he can drive in a run. Low pitch. Ball 4. Bases loaded once again. Lance Lynn, his 4th walk of this game. Corey Lee to the plate with an opportunity to be clutch. 3-2 count right over the middle of the plate. And it's a strike 3 swinging on that one. But still we have the 1-run lead. Well, tradition has been that they strike back right away. Let's see if Musgrove can bounce that out. Here is a fly ball to center field. And we do get out of that 3rd inning. So I'm glad we did not surrender a run right back. So now we move on to the 4th inning. Here is Justin Thompson at the plate. He goes to right center. And that one will be in the gap. And look at this. He's thinking 2. And the throw is off. And he does slide in safe. All right, with 2 outs, we start out here with a double. Top of our lineup has been very good hitting the ball. So that brings up Moncada to the plate. He gets a hanger, and he doesn't miss. That one is gone. That was a no-doubt home run. That may have been maybe one of the hardest hit balls we've had here in this series. Moncada makes it a 5-2 lead here for the Kings. And that one was a no-doubt home run off of the bat of Moncada. So now we move into the 5th inning. Here's Moncada up 4, his 3rd at bat. He just went deep, and now a guy's on first and second. An inside pitch, and this one's driven deep. It's got some carry, and it makes it over the wall. His 2nd of the game. Moncada coming through. 363 feet, but that's all you need on that one. And it just keeps carrying, and Moncada comes through for the 2nd time here in game number 5. We definitely needed this with our back against the wall. So now we move on to the 7th inning. Here is Carlos Santana. Bases loaded, and it's going to be a hit. Another run, another 2 runs, and the right fielder bobbles that one, and we round third with the 3rd runner, but we're not going to try it. It's a 9-2 lead here for the New Orleans Kings. What a game this is for our offense, and the Indians do not recover. We come through, and we save this series. It's 3-2 heading back to New Orleans in the Superdome. We'll have to see if we can get the win here in game number 6, facing elimination once again. But how about the game by Yoan Moncada? He comes through. 2 home runs, and one was that no-doubt home run, and we come through with the win. But we're still down in this series after losing 2 in this episode. We need to come back. What a great bounce-back win this was here in game number 5. So game 6 and 7, if we make it to 7, will be next episode. We'll have to see. Hit subscribe. Hit that like button. Stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
I be trying to do me, but they be trying to copy though. Only problem with that is they not me though. People act cool, but really they be shiesty though. They say they got your back, but they ain't even behind me though. I be low key, but police be trying to find me.